going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Fearless Fly 100. We're glad to have you with us. Well, I'm back at it again. I'm working on another vehicle. If you notice back behind me, that look familiar? Well, yeah, it's my own. Yeah, sometimes you gotta take care of your own money maker in order to make money too. Yeah, this time on the 95 GMC, we had a little issue with it. The brake pedal went to the floor. Yeah, it lost braking power on it, and I lost some brake fluid out of it. So that's what I'm up to right now, is repairing the 95 GMC 3500 and the rear brakes. So let's go into more detail as to what all is taking place with it. So on my 95 GMC 3500, the brake pedal went to the floor one day this week. And I knew it was getting kind of soft, and I knew there was a little issue with it. And previously I had to replace the cap and the seal on it on the master cylinder, but the brake pedal still kept going to the floor. So I was like, oh, what's going on? So I looked at the master cylinder, and the front part of the master cylinder was empty. So this part here did not have any brake fluid in it. The back did, but the front part didn't. Now, here's the thing about these master cylinders on this truck. The front part operates the rear brakes. The back part operates the front brakes, okay? You get it? Back, front, back. Anyways, enough to confuse it. So I put fluid back in it and got the brakes up and working, but I also went and checked out the rear of the truck, because with the front part not having any fluid, well, that's what operates the rear brakes. So I went back here to the back of the truck, and the wheel was still on it, and I noticed that the back wheel on the inside was all wet. So I was like, oh my word, there goes the wheel cylinder on this truck. So I'm back at it again today, and I finally got the drum off. Now, one thing that's interesting about this truck is that it's 26 years old, it's a 95, and 361,000 miles. The only thing that I can think of with this truck is that these are the original brakes. How do I know these are original brakes? Well, let's look down here a little bit. There's these little keepers right there. Yeah, that's a little keeper that was holding the brake drum on this truck. They put those on at the factory, and those keepers were still on it. So these brakes and that drum had 361,000 miles on them, and still have material on the brakes, and the drum was still in good shape too. Now, I've already came over here and cleaned up the drum from all of the brake fluid and everything. And yes, I do have a few cats around here too. And so I took the pressure washer that a friend of mine let me use. Actually, I got it running for him because he couldn't get it to run, so I got it to run. I told him I was going to use it to clean up my truck and this, that, and the other, so he was okay with that. And so I sprayed out the drum from all the brake fluid. So we got that all cleaned up, and as you notice, I'll show you here, it does not have a ridge on it. You know how most drums, they usually have a ridge right here on this edge. This one here does not have a ridge on it. So we're going to put it back on and put it to use with the new brakes for now. I'm probably going to get some drums later, and also a spring kit for this truck as well. Now, let's talk about the spring kit for this truck. The springs are what hold this all together. They go to each shoe and hold it towards the middle, as well as some other components too. This truck has a 13-inch drum with 3.5-inch wide brake shoes. You can see how wide they are. They're pretty wide on this axle. Come to find out that the springs for this truck, or the spring kit for this truck, are special order. Yeah, I've got a special truck here to work on. So hopefully I'm able to get the springs off and reuse them for now, and then later on, at a later point, I can take it apart. I hate doing stuff twice, but I gotta get this thing back on the road and get it working, and have brakes that work on it too without any leaks, because I got a trip to San Antonio on Wednesday to take care of some work, so I need this thing to be in tip-top shape whenever I'm going that distance. So let's start diving into it and see how all this comes apart and see how it's all going to go back together. Well, now I've got everything apart. I took off all the hardware and everything that was holding all the brakes together, and I kind of sort of put them in the side that they go on a little bit, but I also took pictures of it to see how everything goes back together. And yeah, you can see that the brake shoes are just full of brake fluid and everything. And as I was taking it apart, the wheel cylinder was actually leaking a little bit, because I guess the pressure of me moving around, whatever, was causing it to leak. So now I'm gonna take the old wheel cylinder off and install new wheel cylinders on this one here. Well, there you go. It's all back together now. As you notice, I've got a new wheel cylinder in it. I've got new brakes on it, and I cleaned up the springs and hardware and everything because they were all dirty. They were coated with brake fluid and brake dust after 360,000 miles. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to adjust up the brake shoes a little bit. That way they'll be able to work properly like they should, because right now, as they are, they more than likely will not make contact with the drum and not stop the truck very well. So I need to get it adjusted up to where the drum barely goes on and spins, and that way they'll be able to make contact to stop the truck. Well, there you go, folks. We got her all back together. We got the new shoes on, the new wheel cylinders, and we put the drums and wheels back on it. And we also had to bleed the new wheel cylinders, because you don't want air to be in the system. Otherwise, you're going to have a spongy brake pedal, and it's going to create all sorts of other issues in the brake system as well. So we had to bleed the wheel cylinders on the back and get everything working like it should. And let me tell you, with these brakes that are adjusted upright and the new wheel cylinders and new brakes, this truck stops a whole lot better indeed. Well, I thank everybody for watching. Catch me on Instagram at fearlessfly100, and I also have a TikTok account. Yes, that's right, I have a TikTok account. It's fearlessfly101. And on these different platforms, you know, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, it's not all going to be the same. Here I'm going into more detail on YouTube on doing these videos, and then on Instagram I'm doing more of a vlog style videos there, as well as pictures of different things that I've gotten into. And in TikTok, well, I've got pictures and other things that go along with that. So thank you for watching. Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is safe. And we got some more projects coming up down the pipeline. Also, I've got the, where's it at? The Z71. Yeah, we haven't done very much on the Z71 yet, and I'm going to go into more detail about that in my next video. So that's what you have to look forward to. Until then, everybody stay safe, everybody stay well. Hope you're having a good day, and we'll catch you on the next video.